I'm Aiden Edwards, and this is another episode of the Sit Down Podcast.
Look at that. Looks like you've done it before. Welcome, Aiden. Welcome, Suze.
Everybody in house.
And G. Heck yeah.
And Janelle's here too somewhere.
And Janelle.
Yeah.
And welcome to those of you at home. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. It's going to be real doozy, if I do say so myself. I've run into... How the hell did we meet, Aiden? I'm grateful that you're here, and I'm trying to recall how it all began. I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it kind of started with Rick Ronning.
Yeah, it did.
With
the
Did it?
play practice.
Yeah, absolutely. So Aiden here is one of the characters in the St. Louis School, well, the play that will be being performed at St. Louis School from Rick Ronning.
But is that how it started?
I think so. I didn't know Aiden at all.
I think I sent you. We texted like twice.
That's
'cause you sent me some
right.
music videos.
That's right.
That's about it. Yeah.
That's how it all.
But did you not do Josh's artwork?
That was after. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
for those of you,
Sure.
yeah, so this is going to be a loaded episode. You're a very interesting person, Aiden, from how I know you, and I just kind of want to chip away. I got a few little questions. I want to get to know you a little bit more because where you are, for how old you are, and where you are in your career. I know you've got your hands in a few cookie jars there, and things are in the up and up. So I'm very grateful for you coming out to Bellevue here, man.
Cookie jars are good.
Cookie jars, I like cookies. That's for sure. But let's start with where you're from. Where was the drive that you came in from today?
I'm from Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. Born and raised. Went to school there. Went to high school there, and I'm still there right now and run my business out of Prince Albert.
Excellent. And then you have a couple businesses, I would say, but your main business is doing artwork, like photos and posters and such. I know, well, I've recently learned that you're the one who did the artwork for our boy Josh Stumpf on his Drink Me a Lullaby album, as well as I think it's released now, Song in His Truck. By the time this episode comes out, it would have been released. So that's, Josh had mentioned your name. Oh, my boy Aiden out of PA can do this, whatever. And I never thought twice of it until I was looking at your Instagram profile once, and I saw a picture of you and Josh, and then he's like, yeah, that's the guy who did my artwork. I was like, what? And then you sent me the Instagram handle of all your work. You've done work with the Raiders, Jake Vataland, a bunch of concert posters and yeah, freaking rights, man. There's so much. So I'm really intrigued on how the hell did this all start?
Well, it started about grade 7. So how many years ago was that?
A few.
A lot. I started just making pictures on my phone, just editing some basic stuff. My hockey
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Okay.
Yeah. They weren't very good. They were pretty terrible, to be honest. But I kept going, and then I stopped doing it because I got busy with basketball in high school and football and all that. And then grade 11 and 12, I got back into it, and that's when I got a computer for Christmas, a laptop. And then
Mac?
No.
Oh.
A PC. Yep. And then I purchased Photoshop. Actually, I got Photoshop before that. I got it on my mom's garbage little laptop, and it was running glitchy, and it was pretty bad. Then they bought me a laptop for Christmas, and then from there, I just kept getting better. I made my Instagram page. Started getting a little attention on sports. I started with all sports. That's it.
Right.
Started getting local attention, and my followers started growing, and then I started doing stuff for my high school. Then I started doing stuff for my football team. And then all of a sudden I was getting DMs. Hey, could you do this for me? Could you do this for me? And kind of just went from there. And it was kind of crazy at the time. And then the thing that really pushed me was fan-controlled football league. I think they're in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
So they just started up during COVID. During COVID. And then I was posting pictures of like their players, just finding off online.
Right.
And then they ended up messaging me. And I ended up doing a lot of work for the fan-controlled football league during COVID. So it was like my first bigger gig. And then around the same time, I got a job with an insurance company in Florida. So I was like, oh my gosh, I could actually do this for a career. And since then, it's been my full-time job.
So how did you get in contact with an insurance company out of Florida?
They messaged me, yeah. They sent
just from the page growing and stuff? And
they must have, I think they saw one of my posts of a hockey team, I think. And they were like, I like the stuff. Maybe you could do some work for me. And yeah.
Freaking right.
It wasn't super high paying or anything, but it gave me a drive, you know?
You know why it wasn't super high paying?
Because I just started.
Because you charged them in Canadian dollars, not American. True. When you told them it was X amount, they probably no, I'm just messing with you. I have no idea about it.
But yeah, that was like my driving point there. And
hell yeah. And then there's another big organization that you did work for. I don't want to say the UFC, but they're an affiliate of the UFC, correct?
That's a current contract I have right now. It's the Battlefield Fight League in Vancouver, and they're like, it's almost like the AHL to the NHL almost.
Okay, yeah.
And you watch it on UFC Fight Pass and stuff, and I do their graphics, like their main event posters. I do reels for them. I do littler posters kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of that stuff. So that's a pretty cool gig, actually. And it's just working from home and working with some cool people.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. And then, okay, so super busy doing all that kind of stuff. But as we saw here tonight, you also record and release music.
Yeah.
Which I freaking respect and love this.
So what came first, the music or the graphic design?
Graphic design. I only started music 3 years ago, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, right now 4, I guess you could say. Kind of mid-COVID kind of thing. Right after, and I was like, I got a guitar for my birthday, and I was like, I don't have much time because of sports. Well, there's no sports, so I ended up messaging Donnie Peranto, and he's like, let's try it out. And I picked up on it really fast, and he kind of put me under his wing, and my improvement was unbelievable after he came along and helped me, and it was actually like crazy. It wasn't just lessons with him. I'm like buddies with him now, but he really put me under his wing and taught me some great stuff. And
freaking right! Shout out to Donnie Peranto. Yeah. Donnie? When are you coming back to Bellevue, man? If you're watching this, dude, hit us up. We'd love to have you on the show.
They want you on the show, Donnie. He was my driving force there, and he still is to this day. Anything that I have a question with, even for this play, that high notes, I'm struggling with a little bit, to be honest. So if anyone comes, hopefully I hit him. I texted Donnie, and I'm like, you know what, I need some help, and he's there to help me out. And any questions I have, he's really
hell yeah. So last night there was, what was that song we were? So yes, well, before I say what I was gonna say, let's. That this is how we officially met, and why I said it was from Rick Ronning, because as you know, and some of our followers would know, that Rick wrote this the third installment to Rock and Roll Reunion, which is called Return to Pop's Cafe, and so we've been rehearsing this. So me putting my foot in my mouth, I was like, Rick, anything you need from me, I'd love to help you. Now I'm like running the audio for that, and we've been practicing a whole shit ton, man, and it's coming along really, really well, in my opinion.
Even in the last 4 practices, it's been...
Yeah, we have yet to go through the whole thing in full, though. Yeah. There's always somebody didn't make it, or, we changed stuff, or whatever the reason may be. But the first couple shows, we had an artist that backed out. A couple of them backed out last second for whatever reasons. And then we were like, well, who do we know that that can perform and is comfortable with it and would like to just come have some fun. And Mark Trumier, who was one of the stars of the play 25 years ago, has returned to sing a few songs this year. And you and him are buddies. And so Mark invited Aiden to come on, and that's how we met. And Aiden's been acting and
Sounds
and
like
singing.
everybody knows Aiden.
It sounds like a lot of
Honestly, to be honest, I didn't really know Mark. We actually met the first time we drove up.
So
he knows
how
my dad like by a couple people, and I think he saw my videos on TikTok and Facebook and all that.
That's funny because according to Mark, he doesn't know how to use TikTok and Facebook and all of that stuff. But
I don't know how he saw me then.
so then, Aiden comes and what you're singing some Johnny Cash in the play and
2
everything.
Johnny Cash songs and song from Greece.
Yeah, you betcha. It's you got to come to this play, man. It's
I'm planning to. Yeah.
anyway. I had this whole freaking whirlwind idea. What I wanted to do tonight too, I was contemplating interviewing Aiden as his character in the play and not filling Mark in on the ruse. But
that's not true because you asked me about it like a week ago.
Well, I had thought about it for
like,
no, I only mentioned it to you a few days ago, but I thought about it for like a week before I brought it to your attention. But anyways, we're not doing that. But yeah. So about the school play, which is going to be March 11th at St. Louis School. Tickets are they're over half sold.
So what's the
already.
character you play?
Well, I have 2 characters. The one guy is kind of like a dummy, to be honest. He's pretty stupid. His whole character is that he hasn't graduated in 5 years, and he's kind of like that old head in high school. And then he sucks at guitar, but then all of a sudden I get good, I guess, kind of thing. And then my other character, he's just, what is he? I don't even know how to explain him. He's kind of just a random guy.
Yeah, they're not lead roles or nothing. They're just kind of
Yeah.
They're like a
Fill-ins
lead
and-
role, but kind of lead. Like, you know what I mean? They're kind of like important.
They're important, but not the lead.
That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
okay.
They're crucial to the progression.
Supporting act.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this guy just comes out and no one knows him really, and he's the only one who likes Western country music because everyone else likes rock and roll, and you'll have to see what else happens.
Yeah, you'll have you just got to buy a ticket
That's
and come
where
to
the
the
Johnny
show.
Cash comes in.
Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's been a shit ton of fun, man, working with that.
Yeah, I've never done a play in my life. I regretted not doing it in high school because, well, I didn't have time. I was playing senior A basketball and senior football, and then I never got to do the musicals or plays. I was like, when I got the opportunity, I was like, you know what, might as well just give it a try, and it's been a lot of fun.
Now you're out of high school and do a high school play.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're also doing more. Like recently, a couple weeks ago, more recent, but I'm just saying a couple weeks ago because of time. You get it? Okay. He was singing at the gospel show in Prince Albert. That was actually last Sunday, correct?
Yes, so it was from this recording last Sunday.
Yeah.
So I did the gospel show with the Winter Festival and a couple other things with Winter Festival.
And so how did you end up... Okay, here's where I'm really curious. So somebody who's doing like you're designing graphics and doing all this kind of stuff, and then throughout COVID, you just happened to get a guitar for the guitar you got for your birthday. Did you ask for it, or was it like a surprise gift?
I kind of wanted to learn it, but wasn't sure. I don't know.
Right.
My mom was like biting the bullet on it because she didn't think I was gonna learn it, to be honest.
Were you always like a confident kid growing up?
No.
No? So
Not at all.
okay, so this is where my question's coming from, is to just get a guitar a couple years ago, and then now you're performing songs in a school play, and you're singing a gospel show, and you're
Robinson
recording
Center,
music. Like,
yeah.
where's the confidence coming from? I've seen artists that have been in the quote unquote industry, like indie artists, for longer than you have been, and are just anxiety ridden on releasing anything. And here you are, you're just like, let's go, let's just do it. And I'm very intrigued on where it's really coming from.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little backstory here. So,
Please do.
growing up, I had really bad anxiety, like really, really bad. I used to go to school dances, and I'd call my mom because I got so nervous with people all around me, and I couldn't talk in public to anyone until probably grade 9. Grade 9, all of a sudden, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop being this way. I don't know how that happened. I just decided I wasn't going to be that way.
Right.
And it took me a little bit to get comfortable again. And then playing sports, I had to meet a bunch of new people and got confidence in sports.
Aha.
Started taking like key roles on my teams, like pretty much captain roles. Junior football, I was a captain, and football I was captain, and basketball I was captain.
Right.
And I just kind of, you know what, I'm going to just be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then with the music stuff, I was nervous on getting on stage as a kid, obviously. My grade 8 farewell, that kind of changed when I was like, you know what, let me just try like this little play act for my farewell. And I did it, and everyone's like, what the heck? This kid is like the nervous kid. And then since then, I haven't really had an issue with it. And with the stage stuff and music, my mentality is if I mess up, oh well.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? You can laugh at me for the 10 minutes. No one's going to remember it after that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then people can tell if you're nervous. And I don't know. I don't want to be
Yeah.
nervous.
Yeah.
And then for my confidence, I don't know. I don't really care what other people will think, to be honest.
I like it.
If you want to judge me, you go right ahead and judge me, but you're not hurting my feelings at all.
Yeah. Dude, I freaking love that, man.
Yeah. That's why I love sports too.
Yeah,
'Cause
sports really helped me with all that stuff.
It's
Yeah.
a good character builder,
Yeah.
right? And growing up, definitely.
I think that helped me out of my shell too.
Yep.
Because I played basketball too, club basketball, throughout high school, and yeah, that was also one of those things. Like you have to play with a team, and
Yeah.
you meet new people every day or every weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It was always, I don't know, when I was playing hockey, I remember like the teams that we would play against, like I wasn't going there to make friends at all. Those teams that we were playing against, I was like, they're going to die. You know what I mean? Like I'm playing to win here. Yeah. That's how I remember it.
we used to hang out like when we had basketball tournaments. We used to hang out in the cafeteria afterwards with the other teams.
With the other teams.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
different mentality than hockey, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I was friends with people on the other teams and
Just
stuff.
not
but
during the game.
That's right,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
on the
yeah.
ice.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
we could hang out off the ice, on
Yeah.
the ice. It wasn't.
That was the same for us too. On
Yeah.
the court,
Yeah.
you're gonna die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Hell yeah. Okay, so then the music that you're currently have scheduled to release, some of the stuff that you performed here tonight. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're mixing and mastering all of that yourself. Like
Yeah.
you're recording it at home in your studio and you're doing all the grunt work and everything. So where the hell did you learn and find the time to do that when you're doing all these other things?
Well, I work. I don't know. It's kind of. I don't even know how this happened, to be honest. I went and recorded in a studio, and it sounded all right. Like it wasn't exactly how
Like
I wanted.
in your studio.
In someone else's.
Okay.
And it wasn't exactly how I wanted it to sound in the end, and I paid money for it, and I was like, I'll pay for it if I ever make it big, then it's a different story. But right now, I'm just like, you know what? Let me just practice because it lowers my cost for one, but I also get to hear it the way I want to hear it. So I ended up purchasing a mic and get all my audio interfaces and my stuff. And I learned on the digital audio software or whatever. I learned on Adobe Audition is what I started with. And it kind of came easy because I work with Adobe Photoshop, After Effects, Premiere Pro, blah, blah, blah. And they all have the same interface.
Right.
So I kind of picked up on it quick because I'm used to it, which is awesome. Like that helps so much. And then I just put a little bit of time. Like you'll sit there and I started, and the next thing you know, I was on the computer for 7 hours working on one song.
Yeah.
But it's been days like that for the past year and a half of me just grinding one day and then out the next, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Having
absolutely.
a little bit of time, but then that little bit of time becomes 7 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, I got to eat and sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, working with Donnie Pirano, would you say that, like, is he the one who taught you how to, like, write a song?
Yeah, he did. He's helped. I did a little bit before, but they weren't not very good, to be honest. And then Donnie was like, yeah, you know what? You're doing pretty good on guitar, and we did a little bit of vocal stuff, just a little bit. And then he said, have you ever thought of writing music? And I said, yeah, sure, let's try it. We wrote a couple, and then we went on a little break because summer, and I came back, wrote a few other ones, and then we worked on that one day at a time because my cousin was passing away, and I wanted that one to be really well written and good.
Yeah.
So we worked on that one for a couple days, and then I got that one recorded and put on Spotify and all that. And then after that song, I kind of got a lot better at putting my emotions onto papers. Instead of writing music for other people, it's more for me now.
Yeah.
And it's a way of expressing my emotions and getting over things, or I don't know, if it's a happy song, I'm obviously happy that day.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's more my type of stuff and my real thoughts instead of what I want other people to think, kind of
Absolutely.
thing.
Yeah. And I think that also goes because you guys were talking about what style or genre that you play, and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what. Like some days I'm like, Charlie Crockett.
I recognize
Okay, yeah.
the
It's
name.
like very old style country. Some days
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try. I've made a song like him, and it's very old style country. And then some days I'm like, yeah, Jack Johnson. I kind of like how that sounds. Let me write
Yeah.
one like that. Or I don't know.
I don't like it when artists fit themselves into boxes.
Yeah.
I'm a country artist, so I only write country music.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
Sure, if
Are
you-
you not a... Yeah. I know
Because
what
then
you're
you
saying.
start making music that isn't really original. It's kind of just like, well, let's say I'm gonna just say I'm very country artist. Now I'm gonna start talking about things that are very country and not what are actually
yeah.
That have any
things
meaning to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
it.
For
Then-
sure.
Then you're writing music for the genre and not for yourself.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, any artists out there, just do what you want.
Do what
Yeah.
you want.
Do what makes you feel good, man. Don't worry
That's what
about...
music's for.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I freaking respect that. It's so
Yeah.
awesome.
So, you did 3 songs. How many other songs are out there of yours or in the works?
21 years don't seem that long. Emily's stories in this song, always laughing, never put you down. Loved and raised by her mom till her family of cousins came along, always close, stayed by her side. Then one day we all got the news. Emily said, here's what we'll do. Take it one day at a time, left foot then the right. Try not to cry as we battle this fight. We're in this together all the way. If I don't win, no, it's a better place till we meet again, face to face. Our love him will watch over you from up high. Goodbye. It's now time to rest in peace. Remember me, now's your sister and niece, and keep my memory alive as time moves on. When the day comes and you get the news, just remember what I said to do. Take it one day at a time, left foot then the right. Try not not to cry as we battle this fight. We're in this together all the way. If I don't win, no, it's a better place till we meet again, face to face. Our loving will watch over you from up high. Goodbye. Bye bye.
How many songs do I have released? I released a Christmas song around Christmas time there. That one did pretty good.
Yeah.
Christmas song around Christmas time?
Wow.
Why
Oh my
not in
gosh.
July?
I should have yeah, Christmas in July, guys.
There you go.
That one did good actually in the 2 months because Christmas is a very tight
Yeah.
time frame. I think I got 25,000 streams or something on Spotify in a little little amount of time on that Christmas song. And
Heck yeah. Did you do any like back end work to promote it or anything? Or did you just
not really.
upload
I just
it
kinda
and let it live?
posted TikToks a little bit and then
TikTok.
like a little bit, not much on TikTok. Yeah, to be honest, TikTok is my main platform, but
You're
yeah,
out of here.
I know that you don't like from the
I'm
other
not a fan.
podcasts, but
I'm not a fan.
and then I posted some stuff, and then Spotify algorithm playlists kind of really pushed it. I never seen that before. It was
Right.
more like Spotify algorithm Christmas playlists and stuff, and it's like, what the
Okay.
heck? I'm getting 10,000 streams from this. It was pretty cool
Hell yeah.
to see how that works because I don't know much about that stuff, but I'm slowly learning as the
I
day
don't think
goes
I
on.
think anybody that tells you that they understand it maybe knows a third of it.
Yeah.
Maybe at most a third.
By the time you think you know,
They'll
It's
switch it.
changed.
it changed already.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think we'll ever figure it out.
Unless you work at Spotify, maybe.
There's maybe. Watch, this guy's gonna end up working for Spotify. Everything he's doing.
Do graphic design for Spotify.
Yeah.
What are your algorithms?
There is more though. You were saying at supper time here tonight that you used to work at the radio station in Prince Albert as well. Is that
Yes.
accurate?
Yeah. So I used to do board hopping for more sports stuff, right? So I'd play ads and all that and put things on air, edit clips for Raiders, Rough Riders. And I did that throughout high school. And I think that's another reason why the whole mixing my own songs and recording came in because, I mean, the board for radios are this big.
Right.
Yep.
And then it kind of came to like a second nature almost because I've been doing it for so long and it's a little more detailed for your own music, but that helped out a lot and it was pretty cool actually. It was a pretty cool gig.
How long did you do
Yeah.
that for?
4 years or 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did it from grade 9 or 10 to 1 year out of high school.
Right. So it was like an after school gig or
Yeah. Nights kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd be there till 2 a.m. and stuff with Rough Riders, but now my brother works there. I gave him the job pretty much. Apply, I'm not there anymore, so you get
freaking
that.
right. I'd seen
Nice.
I actually still have that job essentially as a back guy.
Do
but-
ya?
Yeah.
Hell
but
yeah.
I'm not. I don't know. I don't got too much time.
You're so busy, man.
Yeah.
I bet.
That's
Do you
good.
ever just feel like you're doing way too much and you
Yeah.
got to dial it back?
Yeah, I do quite often because I'm also in university or college for graphic design. My school's in Toronto, but I'm doing it online because I don't want to move out to Toronto, to be honest. But so I got school and my work and contracts all over the place, and then the music stuff. It adds up, but just gotta. I'll have my freak out times, and sometimes
Yeah.
I'll just have to
Yep.
take a breath. I'm okay. I just gotta pick things off separately, and
Absolutely.
I'll
I think
get
that's
through
a
it.
common thing
Yeah.
Yep.
in the quote unquote industry. I've had similar conversations with multiple. I get like that too sometimes. Like we
Happen
get
all
like
the
that.
time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just like, what are we doing and why? And
Not just with this, but also in my day job
Yeah.
kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
like this last few days, I got 4 more clients. I'm like, great.
It's great. Now I got to
don't
do
really
the
have
work.
time
Yeah,
for you, but
exactly.
okay.
yeah, we'll make it
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't you worry about the small bumps ahead. We'll drive around them if you like that instead. Life's nothing but a winding road. We'll find find a way around its heavy load. 'Cause you gotta take my hand and come real close. Hold on tight and don't let it go. With every season and years go by, this big old world will just understand why. Don't you worry about the twists and turns. It may get dark, but the sun returns. Everything is destiny, and things get better eventually. 'Cause you gotta take my hand and come real close. Hold on tight and don't let it go. With every season and years go by, this big old world will just understand why. So what do we gotta do when we wake up with an attitude and things don't go very smooth? We sing it together, it becomes the truth. 'Cause you gotta take my hand and come real close. Hold on tight and don't let it go. With every season and years go by, this big old world will just understand why. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
So the main gig, though, is the designing, right?
Yeah,
You would say?
I would say. Right now, it's probably about a 50-50 split, to be honest. Like,
With-
I've been doing so much music, it's, especially in the last month and coming up, it's not taken over because I can't do that because my business is doing really, really well.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying my music and I'm giving it time to, I'm young right now, so I might as well try.
I think, dude, I think you've got the best of both worlds. Like, you're your own boss.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
many 19-year-olds out there can say they're running successful businesses and, like, but you got there by just being you and doing what keeps you happy.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I'm interested in this. I want to figure this
that was
out.
the
And you
thing
just
with-
did it.
That was the thing with high school is that my graphics people were like, "Oh man, those were terrible." Like they were bad. They weren't good.
Right.
And people were like making fun of me, like, "Why are you doing this? What the heck?" It's like, well, we'll see. Like, let me just enjoy myself. It's fun for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now they're the ones who are like, "Oh, like I'm kind of jealous of that."
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good feeling too, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is, to be honest. But even with the graphic stuff, it's like surreal, especially the past year with it. Winning award, like the Bob Award, it's cool winning that. And then I just got,
Tell the people watching at home what a Bob Award is.
it's like the best of the best in your city. So we're Bob Awards Prince Albert. I won Best Graphic Designer. And then recently I got nominated for the Samuel McLeod Awards, which is with the Chamber of Commerce, for Young Entrepreneur of the Year. And I'm a finalist, so I guess we'll see if I win it in April or whatever it is. But
Hell yeah, dude.
yeah, that would be huge to win.
You'll end up doing all the contracts for all the businesses
Yeah.
in Prince Albert.
All of them.
All the businesses
But,
in PA.
yeah, it's cool winning that stuff. And then that's the same thing as music. It's kind of was kind of flat, and I was posting TikToks, whatever. One did pretty good, and then it's like, no.
Right.
People are realizing, getting shows, form my band. Yeah.
Things have been difficult lately. I'm trying to mend a heart broken greatly. Pieces keep on falling. It's hard to hold on. I keep on dreaming of the things that may be soon gone. So don't go walking by without saying how's your day. You wouldn't understand why if you got up and walked away. don't go walking by without saying how was your day. You wouldn't understand why if you got up and walked away. Things have been difficult lately. The illness is hitting us greatly. Pieces keep on falling. It's hard to hold on. I keep on dreaming of the things that soon will be gone. So don't go walking by without saying how's your day. You wouldn't understand why if you got up and walked away. So don't go walking by without saying how's your day. You wouldn't understand why if you got up and walked away. If you got up and walked away.
Where you were telling me about your bandmates, and what and who are they again?
So my bandmates, it's kind of just like, no, you guys, no one will know them really because they haven't done much music. Well, it's kind of the same as me, but Gavin Johns, I played senior football with him, and I went to school with him. He's one of my good buddies. My brother sings background vocals, and then like Evan Ace is the drummer. He's, what is he, 2 years drumming, and he's actually, I wasn't sure about him at the start, but if you're watching this, Evan, you killed it that first time. And then Case Callahan just 3 days ago was like, yeah, like, and he's unbelievable actually. He just does it for fun, but I've seen him rip the electric guitar and bass, and I'm excited for him to join the band here.
Freaking rights.
Yeah.
Sweet. Your brother have a name?
Yeah, Logan. Oh. Logan Edwards, that's him.
Nice. I was going to ask, so being relatively new to it, do you see a big difference? Okay, being relatively new to it and just doing it because you want to do it and not giving a shit about what anybody thinks or anything, do you see a big difference in doing your own work with the band in the studio and then taking the band on stage?
Well, my band, we're in the practicing start right now because we just started 2 months ago here. So we have our first show March 29th. We're doing two shows at Jam Street in Prince Albert.
Okay.
So we're doing 2 shows because we're playing at Rock the Ville and a couple other things. So we kind of are just doing little gigs to get prepared, just to get comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
So I think honestly we'll do really good. Like from what I've got to experience with them so far and their confidence in themselves, it's looking pretty good.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. I find you very inspiring for being such a young lad, dude. I think we would have hit it off pretty good had we went to school together.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we can't anymore because you're old.
Yeah, and I don't plan on it. I'm not going back, man. No matter what they say, I'm not going back.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's I feel like there's something else you told me that you're doing that we didn't address, and I'm trying to recall. Are we missing anything that you do?
Videography,
Oh yeah.
photography,
Yeah, I do
graphic
all that.
designs.
Yeah. Videography and photography. I do all that. I did that for the Saskatchewan Rattlers for the last 2 years. And graphic design for them as well. And then I do quite a bit of videography for a couple companies in Prince Albert and photography for a couple companies in Prince Albert. And it's fun stuff too. I enjoy that stuff. It kind of goes hand in hand with the graphics and even with the audio and stuff. Like,
Yep.
you need to do all that with video. So
Absolutely.
yeah, everything kind of comes hand in hand.
It's crazy, hey?
Yep.
How it's like you can learn one thing and then it opens like 10 other doors.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. All good stuff, man. Dude, I freaking appreciate the shit out of you. He's also the one who did the poster for Josh's show that he partnered with the Bull for at the Capitol.
With
So
Jordan Pollard
and Amanda Hagel. That's right. So if you want to see some of his work, Aiden's the one who did that poster. But
And while you're there, you might as well come to the Capitol.
Yep.
yeah,
Might as
definitely.
well.
Buy a ticket. Just click that poster and buy a ticket when you see that poster floating around there. Dude, I appreciate the shit out of you. I'm very glad and honored that our paths have crossed, because I think there's a lot of, I don't know, man. My wheels are always spinning.
I think Aiden and I will be working together.
I can see it.
Yeah,
I
I
can
have
see it.
clients that need graphic design.
Yeah,
all the
well,
time.
and shit, man, we'll need some for like Moosefest and stuff
Yep.
like that. Like, I would have no problem. Be like, Aiden, I can just hit him up and be like, can you hook us up with this?
Yeah.
You know, so I have a strong indication that we're going to be working together moving forward, and I'm
good.
very excited about that, dude.
Me too.
So before I let you go here, would you mind just telling the people in house and at home, like, where can we find your music and your artwork and all that kind of stuff? And we will have the links to those in the description of this video.
So my recorded music you can find under just Aiden Edwards on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, pretty much everything.
Title.
What?
Title.
He's like, what's title?
Title.
What's title? Like, is that
It's like
everything?
Spotify,
It's
but
pretty
better.
much saying everything. Okay. On title. Yeah, title. TikTok, I'm on there. Instagram, I'm on there under Aiden Edwards. I post on TikTok quite consistently. And then my graphic design stuff, if you're interested in that, under Aiden__photos. And my media is JamFam Media, and that's my business name. And then we'll go to my band. My band's name is East Side of Second, and we're kind of like that's another thing. Like, we don't want to just genre ourselves, but right now we're based in like a 50s rock type of music, because we love dancing and giving it. So we're playing some 50s and 60s rock, and we're having a show at Jam Street, and you can get tickets online. So
Excellent.
check it out.
Freaking rights,
Very
man.
cool.
Yeah, we'll put the link to get tickets to that
Sounds good.
in the description for this as well. So
Yeah.
appreciate the shit out of you, man. Thank you so much
Yes,
for
thank you.
making the drive out to Bellevue and coming to hang
And
with
welcome to
us.
the herd.
Yeah, definitely.
that was awesome.
I mean, if there's anything you want to promote moving forward, just come and hang out with us,
Yep.
man. We're
Sounds good.
We'll be on Team Aiden moving forward, buddy. You're
great.
crushing it right now, dude. You're doing so great, and I wish you all the best, and I hope that continues on
Yes,
in your
thank you
career
very
moving
much. I
forward.
appreciate it a lot.
Hell yeah, dude. You're good. You're good shit. Thank you again.
Yes.
See you guys next week.
Thank you guys at home.
Everyone here, thank you. And thank you for watching the podcast.